Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Physics for You, and in this video we are going to learn about cantilever. If you remember, in the previous video we have seen about the cantilever only, but one case where we have ignored the mass or whatever may be weight of the beam. Now here we can see this case second, in which we have to consider the weight of the beam also. That means weight of the beam is effective. If you remember, in previous video we have given the title as weight of the beam is ineffective. I will post the link of that video in the description box of this, so that you can watch that. Okay, so first of all watch that video and then watch this, then you will understand the whole concept about the cantilever. Right now see here so what we have to do exactly here is, again we have to find the, obviously what we are going to calculate is Young's modulus of this particular beam, right? Moreover, if you want the depression, then yes, we call depression as small y, and capital Y is our Young's modulus, right? So firstly we should get the depression. That means whatever weight we are attaching, the weight we are attaching is W, right? It was as usual we have done in case of the previous case, but here one is additional, and that is what W1. So W1 is what? Weight of the beam, which was already ignored by us in the previous case, right? Now so let us consider again the W weight is attached to the beam, and due to this weight the beam has been depressed. Initially the beam was exactly horizontal AB, and now due to the effect of this weight the beam has been depressed from point B to B dash with a depression Y. Okay, but this depression Y is not only due to this weight. Right now this depression is not only due to this W, but also it is contributed by the weight of beam W1. Okay, right. Now here in this case, yes, or whatever may be the moment, depression moment, that will be due to both these weight W1 and W. Okay, so for that purpose we will consider the smaller length of, or the smaller portion of this beam of length dx at a distance x from fixed end A. Okay, let me tell you once again what I am saying. We will consider the smaller portion of the beam of length dx at a distance x from the fixed point. Okay, now let us consider point P is that point where we have considered, and if we apply the weight W to that our outer end, we can say, or the last point of the beam, that is what B, and due to that whatever may be the depression takes place in this point also, that we have to find. Okay, now again let us see, as we have considered the x is the distance of point P from fixed point A, then obviously whatever remaining is the total length of the beam is L and minus x. So L minus x is the remaining beam's length. Okay, now again in that we will consider the midpoint N. Midpoint N means midpoint of the remaining length L minus x. So it's a midpoint, and if we consider its midpoint, that means half of that beam will be L minus x by 2, and this portion is again L minus x by 2. You'll understand why we have considered like this, right? Now when we are talking about the moment of force due to, or whatever may be the force due to this weight W1. So first of all we must know whatever may be the weight of the beam of length this much, right? Weight of the beam of length L minus x. So for that purpose we will first of all find what is the weight per unit length of the beam. So firstly we can write the total weight per unit length, right? So weight per unit length of the beam. Now I am talking about total beam length. Weight per unit length of beam is, it is actually weight is W1 and its length is L. So W1 by L, weight per unit length is W1 by L. Okay, now if this is the total weight per unit length of the beam, and if I am talking about this much only the beam, then whatever may be the weight of this beam is this weight per unit length into its length, right? So therefore the force F is nothing but I will write first of all in words, weight of the beam of length L minus x. weight of the beam of length L minus x. Okay, so we don't know exactly what is the weight of that portion of the beam, but we know the weight per unit length. So if you know the weight per unit, total weight per unit length, and if you multiply that weight per unit length into the length of the portion of the beam, that will be the total weight of that portion of the beam, right? Therefore, or we can write that is, now what will be the force? It is simply to the weight of the beam of portion L minus x. So weight per unit length, it is W1 divided by L into whatever may be the portion, that is what simply L minus x. Okay, so actually now let me just make some partition here. So this is what the force experienced by this point N, or moreover we can say experienced by this point P, and of the length of portion, means now for this particular beam L minus x beam, P is the fixed point, right? Now this point experiences the depression and yes, experiences the force, how much? W1 by L into L minus x. But this is just a force, but we want moment of force, and therefore the moment of force, the moment of force. Now how to get the moment of force? We know moment of force is simply nothing but force into the distance. Now force into the distance of this point, central point, from the point P, it is L minus x by 2, and moment of force is, we can write, equal to force F into the distance of this midpoint from the fixed point P. So it is L minus x by 2. So L minus x divided by 2. Now let me write here only. So what is value of F? F is W1 by L into L minus x. So shall I write directly this L minus x into L minus x square, and in the denominator 2L. So let me write directly W1 divided by 2L into L minus x square. Let us name it as equation 1. Okay, how it comes square? This L minus x and L minus x, it's a square. Okay, so this is the moment of force experienced by this midpoint N of beam of length L minus x. Okay, right. Now this is what this, you can see carefully here, whatever may be the weight involved in this particular moment of force is W1, not W. So that means that has been contributed by weight of the beam, right? Now let us talk about the weight we have attached. So obviously that weight is also contributing, and therefore let me write here, now the moment of force due to weight attached, and what is that weight? W, weight attached. So this much is the weight we are attaching at the point B, right? Is now let me write here. So here moment of weight we can directly write, right? So moment of weight is nothing but, so weight is nothing but the force. How much is the force? Whatever may be the weight we are attaching, that much is the force into the distance, and its distance is L minus x, equation number 2, right? So from this point P, the weight we are attaching is at what distance? At the distance L minus x. So whatever weight we are attaching, that is act as a force, that is equal to force, and this L minus x is the length. So this is what moment of weight, this is moment of force. Obviously this is due to weight W1, and that is what I initially said to you, that now total moment is the contribution of this W1 and W. So this equation 1 is due to W1 and equation 2 is due to W. So therefore this total moment will be counterbalanced by the depression moment in the beam, right? Now let me write directly here, whatever may be the depression moment. Already we have calculated this depression moment in the very first case. So therefore now we will write this, we can write the total moment of force. Now total moment of force means, now let me write in bracket, due to W and due to W1, that is in equation 1 and equation 2. So this total moment of force will be counterbalanced by the depression in the beam, or we can say in reverse manner also. Whatever may be the depression in the beam, that is counterbalanced by the moment of force due to weight of the cantilever W1 and moment of force applied weight applied W. Okay, so let me write in words. The total moment of force, that is in bracket due to W and W1, will be counterbalanced by which moment? By the depression moment. By the depression moment. And how much depression moment we have calculated in the previous article, in the previous video, if you remember, that is nothing but Yig divided by R. I hope you remember this, and that's why I said first of all watch that video. Right, now Yig by R is the depression moment, and that depression moment will be counterbalanced by the total depression moment due to W and W1. So due to W1, it is in equation 1. Counterbalance means their addition together is equal to the depression moment. So the equation 1 is because of weight of the cantilever, W1 divided by 2L into L minus X, plus equation 2, it is due to the weight attached W, L minus X. That's it. Right, now here we got a counterbalance equation, or we can say the balancing equation. Okay, obviously after this we know, let us substitute, or let us give it as the equation number 3, and we know the value of 1 by R is d2y by dx square. So let us substitute that value and bring this Yig to that side, and therefore since 1 by R is equal to d2y divided by dx square, and therefore how the equation will, the 3 will become, now 1 by R is nothing but d2y by dx square, and this y and ig let us bring to the other side. So here on the left hand side they are in numerator, here after going to that side they will be in denominator. So 1 by R, let me write directly, that is d2y divided by dx square is equal to w1 divided by 2l yig L minus x plus w divided by yig L minus x. Obviously here whatever we yes, we have forgot something, w1 square L minus x, equation number 4. Right, now what is this d2y by dx square? What is our target? Actually we have to find this depression y, and we know, and right now we have in our hand is d2y by dx square, that means the double derivative of depression, and obviously to cancel the effect of derivative we should take the integration, and therefore let us integrate equation 4 with respect to x. We have to integrate twice, so let us do one by one because we have two terms involved, so it may be complicated to do the twice integration at a time. So let us integrate, first of all integrating equation 4 with respect to what? With respect to x, we get with respect to x. So let us integrate. I will write one step here and then we will go to that side. Okay, so after integrating, one derivative will get nullify, so dy by dx remaining one is equal to, obviously this w1 divided by 2l yig outside the integration. Let us write integration here, integration l minus x square dx. Okay, plus again this w divided by yig is outside the integration, constant things regarding that beam, and integration l minus x dx. Okay, so this is what we have taken one integration, and yes, obviously one integration constant because it is not a definite integration, we know already, k1. So let us first of all take the integration and then we will see what happens to the constant k1, right now. So I think I should rub this diagram now, or yes, let me write few steps here and then we will go to that side. So we have integrated that equation, and due to the integration one derivative has been cancelled, and what we get is dy by dx, right now. So let us name it as equation number 5. So this is equation number 5 in which we got the first derivative of depression, that is dy by dx, right. Now let us first of all just expand this term and then we will take the integration, right. So therefore let me write here dy by dx is equal to, right, w1 divided by 2 Ly ig, the geometrical moment of inertia as it is, into let me extend one more step, integration of L minus x square a minus b whole square. So it is simply L square minus 2 Lx plus x square, right, into dx, plus let me write one step here, plus second term it is w1. Now second term w divided by yig, into integration, let me write first of all as it is. So in the next step we will take the integration, or we can write separately integration here, dx and plus k1, no worries, right. Now we can take the integration, right. So let me write here w1 divided by 2 Lyig into, now what is integration? So integration L square is constant, but in the what we can say, the coefficient in the multiplication of L square we have 1. So integration of 1 dx is x, so it is L square into x, minus 2 is constant, L is constant, but the integration of x is x square by 2, right, plus again integration of x cube is, sorry, x square is x cube divided by 3, right. So this is what integration of first term, plus integration of second term. Let me tell it as again w1, don't forget it. So I am only forgetting w divided by yig and integration of L, again in the multiplication of L we have 1, so L is constant and integration of 1 dx is x, minus integration of x is x square divided by 2 and plus k1. Let us name it as equation number 6. Okay, so on the left hand side we have dy by dx. So obviously let us first of all find the value of k1. So to get the value of k1 we have to use the boundary condition. And what is the boundary condition? At x is equal to 0, we know the first derivative of depression, that is dy by dx, is also 0. So we have to use this boundary condition in equation number 6 and get the value of k1, and then we will resubstitute in that particular equation. So let me rub this portion and we will write here. Okay, so what is our target now? Next, to get the integration constant. Why we have taken the integration constant? Because this is not a definite integration. That means if we know exact limit of the integration, upper limit and lower limit, then you need not to take the integration constant. But in such cases, if you don't know the limits of the integration, it is necessary to take the integration constant. So here we have taken the k1. So let us first of all find the value of k1 by using this boundary condition. Now see, at this boundary condition x is equal to 0. So almost in all terms we have x. So x is equal to 0, x equal to 0, x equal to 0. Here also x equal to 0, 0. That means this bracket is 0 and multiply by anything 0. This bracket 0 multiply by anything 0 and plus k1 only. And left hand side at x equal to 0 dy by dx is 0, and therefore let me write directly the value of k1, right. So or shall I write here? So this gives, if we apply this condition in equation 6, whatever you get is k1 is equal to 0. K1 is equal to 0, and therefore let us write equation 6 now. Equation 6 becomes, so how it becomes? left hand side dy by dx is equal to w1 divided by 2l yig, w1 divided by 2l yig in bracket l square x minus, let us cancel these two and these two, right, l into x square and plus x square, right? Yes, sorry, not x square, it is x cube by 3 because we have taken its integration, x cube by 3 plus w divided by second term yig in bracket whatever in lx into lx, not into, minus x square by 2 after taking integration. Now let us name it as equation number 7, right? Now no need to write the value of k1 because k1 is 0. So this is what the first derivative of depression. Again, this is not our target, we want to find only depression, that is y. So let us integrate again. Now integrating one more time, integrating above equation 7 to get what is our target? To get y. Therefore, or that is, so integration of dy by dx with respect to x is y. Now you can write directly y is equal to, let me write first of all one step, w1 divided by 2l yig, all these are constants outside the integration, and integration of l square x minus x l square plus x cube divided by 3 into dx, yes, plus, shall I write here? Okay, plus w divided by yig integration of lx minus x square by 2 into dx plus k2 y. Again we are doing the indefinite integration, so second integration constant we will name it as k2, right? So obviously we will find by using some boundary condition its value. So firstly let us take the integration, so that is, or therefore y is equal to, so constant w1 divided by 2l yig as it is in bracket, now take the integration, l square constant, right, and integration of x is x square by 2, so l square x square by 2 minus l is constant, integration of x square is x cube divided by 3 plus integration of x cube is x power 4 divided by 4, and already 3 was here, so 4 into 3 is 12, that means x power 4 divided by 12, right? Okay, then second term I will write here, plus w divided by yig in bracket integration of lx, l is constant, integration of x is x square by 2 minus integration of x square by 2, so integration of x square is x cube by 3 and denominator already 2, 3 into 2 6, so it is x cube divided by 6 and plus k2, right? Okay, now name it as equation number 8. Again we know this k2 we don't want, we have to take its value, we have to find its value, so obviously another boundary condition, so at x is equal to 0, yes, we can say y is also 0, and this implies, now see, at x equal to 0 means right now we have taken the value of x something, it is at point P, so that point does have some depression, but if we bring this point P to point A, so obviously at point A we do not have any depression, that means y is equal to 0. So let us substitute the value of x 0, x here is 0, here 0, here 0, here 0, that means both the terms become 0, and on the left hand side y is 0, so ultimately what we get is k2 is equal to 0. Again in the last video also I told you, even though k1 k2 values are 0, we have to take it because in this particular case their values are 0, not necessarily always we should get the values k1 k2 0, right? Now yes, luckily we got 0 here, so substitute here and let us rewrite the equation. Yet finally what we get, therefore y depression, y is equal to W1 divided by 2LYIG in bracket L square x square divided by 2 minus L x cube divided by 3 plus x power 4 divided by 12. First term completed, right? Let me write the second term here only, or should I write here? Yes, the plus W divided by YIG in bracket L x square divided by 2 minus x cube divided by 6, and obviously no need to write the K2 because we found K2 is equal to 0, right? So this is what depression. Now see here, in this particular depression both the terms are involved. One is related to W and other is related to W1. So W is whatever weight we have attached and W1 is the weight of the cantilever, weight of the beam, right? So this first term is actually the depression contributed by the weight of the beam W1, and second term is the depression contributed by the weight attached W. Okay. Now obviously this is what the depression of the beam we are just considered at point P, but yes, we know finally we have to find it for whole beam, and in that case simply we have to substitute. That means right now we got this much is the beam. Now if I am extending this beam up to this point B, so what is the value of x? Yes, x is nothing but L, x is nothing but L. So if we substitute x is equal to L in equation 9, that will be the depression of total beam. Okay, right. So for that let us write one more line and we can find the total depression. Okay, so let us write it, right? So the total depression of the beam, depression, or we can say total depression of cantilever of length L, total length of length L can be calculated simply substituting, or we can say putting, simply by putting x is equal to L in equation 9. In equation 9, this is equation 9. Here we got y and that is related to x, right? But we want for the total beam, so let us substitute x is equal to L in equation 9, and that is, okay, let me move this first of all, that is okay, so that is y is equal to, what is that first term? W1 divided by 2L YIG, W1 divided by 2L YIG in bracket L square x square, but x is nothing but L, so L square into L square, L power 4. Let me write directly, L power 4 divided by 2 minus L x cube, but x is again we are putting L, so L cube into L power 4 divided by 3, L power 4 divided by 3, okay, plus obviously here only x, so instead of x we have to substitute L, so L power 4 divided by 12, L power 4 divided by 12, okay, right. In the second term plus W divided by YIG in bracket L x square by 2, so x is equal to L square into L cube by 2, L cube by 2 minus and x is equal to L cube by 6, L cube divided by 6, right. Now in the bracketed terms we have L, and therefore we can just do the addition and subtraction of that, right? So let us do it, or first of all let me rub this portion and let me write here. So whatever we get is the total depression of the beam, or we can say total depression of the cantilever, which is due to both the weight of the cantilever as well as how much weight we are attaching to the free end of the cantilever, right? Therefore, or that is y is equal to W1 divided by 2LYIG, 2LYIG in bracket. Now in bracket, yes, let us take 12 as the GCD, right? 12. Okay. Now 2 6 are 12, right? So what you get? 6 L power 4 minus, right? Let me do in our what we can say school days manner. 3 4s are 12 and in multiply to the numerator. So 4 L power 4, right? Then plus 12 1s are 12. So simply L power 4. I hope you know this method, right? Plus second term W divided by YIG in bracket. Again we will do here similarly. In the denominator we will have 6. So 2 3s are 6. So 3 into L cube and minus L cube, because 6 1s are 6. Okay, right. Now let us do the subtraction and addition. So what we get is W1 divided by 2L YIG in bracket. So 6 L power 4, 6 minus 4, 6 minus 4, 2, 2 plus 1, 3 L power 4, 3 L power 4 divided by 12. We will increase one more step, and second W divided by YIG, right? 3 minus 1, 2, 2L cube divided by 6, right? Now very close to our answer. W1 divided by 2LYIG in bracket, what remains is 3 4s are 12, so L power 4 divided by 4 plus W divided by YIG in bracket, 2 3s are 6, so L cube divided by 3, right? Now finally let me write this one as, so let me write this term first of all, right? So W L cube divided by 3YIG plus W1, or 1 L we can cancel here, L into L power 4, what remains is 3. So W1 L cube divided by 4 into 2, 8YIG, and what is this? This is the total depression of the beam. Now see the first term and second term. So the first term is related to W, that means whatever weight we have attached, and second term now just we have rearranged W1. W1 is what? Weight of the cantilever. Now if you see carefully, this was the answer already we have got in cantilever expression, but where we have ignored the weight of beam, that means weight of the beam is ineffective, and that is what this one, WL cube divided by 3YIG, right? And whatever we got, now if we just ignore this, this is what our previous video answer, but this new term, additional term we got, and which is due to weight of the beam W1. Okay, so that means what we are very correct, we can say whatever we got is first term related to our first case, and additionally we got something, and that is due to weight of the cantilever. So that means this much is the depression contributed by weight of the cantilever. Obviously Y, Young's modulus, I, G, that is geometrical moment of inertia. If you know the geometrical aspect, that means shape and dimensions of that beam, then we can find it easily. And W is the weight of here attached, and Win is the weight of the beam. L is length of the beam, right? So again let us take some things common, and let me write in more simplified manner. So let me take W, we cannot cancel or we cannot take common, but L cube from the numerator we can take it, and from the denominator I can take 3YIG. So what remains in bracket is, from the first term only remaining is W, right? 3YIG is here. but here in numerator we don't have 3, therefore we should multiply it. So 3 and W1 is as it is, and in the denominator we remain, or what we remain is only 8. So you will understand why I have written like this. So this is actually the depression of the beam, or depression, total depression of the cantilever in case when we consider weight of the beam is effective. So now see, if we substitute W1 is equal to 0, if we substitute W1 is equal to 0, this term goes off and whatever remains is our depression only due to weight attached W, which was exactly equal, exactly similar to the first case we have seen, right? That means our answer is correct. Now whatever this 3W1 by 8, it is only due to the weight of cantilever. Moreover 3/8 part of weight of the cantilever is only contributing for the depression. It is the meaning of this equation. Are you getting? And that's why only I have written it in separate manner, right? If we substitute W1 equal to 0, no problem. That is, weight of the beam is ineffective, or weight of the beam is ignored. But once we consider the weight of the beam, then whatever we got is that 3W1 by 8. That means 3/8 part of the weight of the beam is only contributing for the depression. That is what the conclusion. So let me write here, right? This implies that 3/8 of weight of the cantilever, or weight of beam is contributing for what? For depression in the beam, or depression in the cantilever. This is what actually the conclusion, right? And finally this particular 3W1 by 8, or that what we can say 3/8 of the W1, that means 3/8 of the weight of the cantilever is having specific name, and that is what we call. So here that 3W1 divided by 8. So this 3/8 part of that weight is named as effective weight of the beam, effective weight of cantilever, effective weight of cantilever. So what is effective weight of cantilever? It is 3/8 of the total weight of the cantilever, 3W1 divided by 8, right? So yes guys, this is all about the cantilever. We have seen both the cases in which we have ignored the weight of the cantilever, and in this today's video's case we have considered the weight of the cantilever, and we found that yes, whatever we got, this is a more general case. We can say this is more general case. Now this is general formula in which if we substitute W1 is equal to 0, we will get the previous formula. So this is what more general case, right? So yes, this is all about the cantilever, and yes, obviously I will post the video of the link of previous video in the description box of this video, so that you can have clear understanding of both the cases, right? So watch both the videos, and if you have any doubt you can post in the comment box. Otherwise, if you feel this is value addition to your knowledge, then like our videos, obviously subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon, so that you will get the notifications of our next videos, right? So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you so much.